Have you ever had a brilliant idea and you told yourself, I won't forget this? Then a few days later, the idea disappeared. Just answer me in the comments, answer me in the comment section. Or maybe you had a dream that has remained a dream for years only because you allowed it to be in your head for too long. Can you relate to this? Well, in today's video, I will share with you why writing those visions in a book could be the only difference between your wishing and you achieving it. Are you ready? Let's go. Hi guys, my name is Divine Lovokafo. I'm a professional makeup artist, a beauty educator, and a project manager. So in this video, I'll be telling you why it's important to write your visions, those ideas down, instead of having it in your head. I will start with a personal story. At the beginning of the year, I had a lot of things I wanted to do, a lot of visions, a lot of ideas, just like many of you right now, right? So I knew that if I allowed it to just be an idea in my head, I will not achieve anything. So I wrote it down. And after I have written them down, I have to categorize them into different quarters. We have 4 quarters in a year. So I have to give each goal tasks for each season. That was how I was able to achieve my personal CDS, which is my personal community development service, during my service year. So I knew that that was a big project, and this is very huge because it's going to cost me money, it's going to cost me time, and all those things is what I don't have, but it is something I earnestly want to achieve. So I have to ask myself question, how can I achieve this thing? The first thing first was to write it down. Because it is written down, I was able to think of possible reasons, things I could do in order to achieve this vision or this idea. And guess what? If I never wrote that vision, that idea down in a paper, my ideas will be scattered. But because I wrote it down, I was able to say, okay, this is a problem. How can I solve this problem? The moment I focused all my attention in that particular idea in a paper, it helped me to think of 101 things I could do in order to achieve that goal. That was how I was able to execute my personal CDS project. So the first point I'll be telling you in this video is writing your vision down gives you clarity. If you want to be a content creator, like you want to start creating content this year, or you want to travel around the world, or you want to learn a skill, or you just want to be financially independent this year, my dear, if you only have it in your mind, you continue thinking about it and you will not achieve anything. But if, for instance, you want to start creating content and you write it down, I want to start creating content, and that moment you focus your attention in what you wrote down, it will help you to think of ways or things you could do in order to achieve that vision. Or you want to be financially independent this year, like one of your biggest goals is to be so rich this year, and you wrote it down. When you write it down, you start thinking of, what can I do for me to be financially independent? What can I do for me to get this kind of money I want? So when you write your vision down, it gives you clarity. It helps you to stop thinking of million things at the same time, because our mind itself is deceptive. And when you are able to write your vision down, it gives that dream a house. Your dream need a home, because back then that it was in your mind, it was just roaming around everywhere. It does not have any destination. But the moment you write it down in a paper, in a book, your dream automatically have a home. Secondly, what is written down can be reviewed. Because you have written down your vision, your ideas, your goals, you can easily go back to it. You can easily go to this paper and check what you have achieved. You can easily check, okay, I've not done this, okay, I've not done that, because you have written them down. But if you have it only in your mind cannot really remember everything. Your mind cannot really remember the particular step you have taken so far. But because it is written down, you can actually say, okay, I have done this part, I've not done this part, I can do this part, I can tweak this to make it look better. Using my personal CDs, for instance, when I have that idea to do this project, remember, it's going to cost me a lot of money, and I don't have that money to host that project, but it was a dream, and I wanted to achieve it before I finish my NYSC. Now here's the thing, school, we are closing March, and March or April, that period, school was going to close March or April because of Easter, and I'll be done with my NYSC by May. If I say, let me leave this project to next term, that next term, the school might not be willing to allow their students to participate. Now, if I say, let me do this project this March, I don't have money to do this thing, but then I have it written down. Now, I was able to think of all those possible things that could go wrong because I have it written down. When I wrote that vision down, and I realized that if I decide to shift this project from March to April, it might affect other things. If I say let me shift it from April to May, I might not be able to conclude it because by then I am already rounding up my service here. So I was now left with the only option to do it in the month of March. You see, because I have written down that goal, that vision, I've written it down. It now helped me to think of possible things I could do in order to achieve that goal. And mind you, I don't have the money. Now that I know that I don't have the money and this vision is written down, I will now ask myself, what can I do to achieve this vision? What can I do to achieve it? I will now write things I could do or things I should do. Now, every day I can easily come back to that document that I've already written down and check the things I have done and things I have not done. You see, when your vision or your dreams is written down, it gives you clarity to know what to do. It helps you to review what you have done. It helps you to improve on what you are doing. It helps you to get closer to that vision, that big goal, that big dream that you want. Am I communicating? Listen, most great ideas comes to our mind when we are tired, when you are sleepy, when you are excited, when you are distracted. So it is important that when those ideas come to your head, by all means write it down. Because you know that you can easily forget it. Even though you have a smart head, you are so smart, you are so brilliant, you cannot forget something. My dear, some things, especially great ideas, you can easily forget it. So it's important when those ideas come to your mind, find a book and a paper and write them down to avoid forgetting. If you know me very well, you know that I always, even if I'm carrying a small purse, there's always a small book inside that purse. Because I know the importance of writing those ideas. Don't think that your brain can carry everything. Please write it down. Okay? The third point I'm making in this video is writing those visions, those ideas, those dreams, it increases your commitment. Using my personal CDs for instance, because I have it written down, because I already told myself I want to achieve this thing before the first quarter of the year elapses, I was committed. I was ready to go any mile to achieve this goal. So I'm going to ask you this question. What is that vision? What is that idea? What is that plan? What is that goal that you have always wanted to achieve? But somehow it's as though you are still stuck. But somehow it's as though you're not achieving anything. But somehow it's as though you're not making any progress. I want you to write it in the comment section. Please write it in the comment section. This is time for us to finally write that vision down. This is finally time for us to start taking action. Sometimes all you need in order to achieve that thing, that vision, that idea, is just to write it down in a book. So today I urge you to go and find your book. If you don't have, go and buy. Get your book and pen and write that idea down. You want to learn a skill? Write it down. You want to learn how to drive a car? Write it down. You want to be financially independent? Write it down. When you write it down, it will help you to find ways to achieve them. When you write it down, it will help you to focus on that particular thing. It will help you to be committed in it. It will help you to gain clarity, to stop thinking of million things all at once. So I hope this video helps you to find the answers that you need in achieving that vision, that goal that you have for yourself this year. And if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And please like this video so that YouTube can recommend this video to more people. And don't forget to share and leave a comment. And if you have any question, any confusion, please drop it in the comment section. And with that, I will see you in my next video. Bye.